All right, so here's the deal. I want you guys to have that ready to go, but then we're going to do some work together to talk about the problems that you're going to encounter. Then I'm going to give you some time to work on it. Then we're going to do some problems together. Who, what? Literally the problem that you're on. What are the odds of that? Actually, it's about 1 out of 20. All right, so read, if you're up to con, go ahead and close your computer about halfway. Read this for a moment and chat with your partner on which of these options you think are correct and what might actually be trap doors. I'll give you about a minute probably to talk about this. Sorry, you asking me? Okay. Yeah, Major, if you would like a partner, jump over and make a group of 3 with somebody. Now realize there's only 2 right answers here. So I love that it tells us that to help us avoid trap doors of marking too many. Then we have to start questioning, okay, if I feel like it's 3 of them, it can't be 3 of them, right? Because they're telling us it's only 2 answers. So this mysterious disease. Now guys, some of these questions hit a little bit too close to home since we all lived through COVID. But if the wait time started out as whatever it was, when the wait time just was what it was, before it increased, Lakin, what are we at when we just start with something? When you have all of what you have? We start with 100%. And guys, what value can we relate to 100%? If I order a pizza and I get 100% of my pizza that I ordered, what did I get? I got 1. Right, so 100% is equal to 1. But we got to use some kind of variable here. So what variable are they using for the wait time? M, right? So we start with 1M. Then Elijah, what happens? I moved you guys around and now you can't find it. Elijah, what happened? I highlighted it for you guys. What happened in this situation? We go up or down? By. So when we go to increase by 70%, we're going to need to tack on more M. We need to add 70%. So Jackson, what are you thinking? Which one of those multiple choice options? And then I'll, of course, ask you one.
M plus 70.
Is there a percent on that 70?
No.
Is there an M on that 70?
No. Wait, 170 over 100 M?
So you want to switch your answer? You're saying not A. You're saying come down here. So what would 170 over 100, what would this fraction, if I get rid of the zeros, it's 17 over 10.
17 over 10.
And what's that?
Same thing.
Then it would be 1.7 M.
That's another answer.
What's 100% plus 70%? 170%. And if you think back to yesterday, what did we say we can do to this decimal to turn it into the decimal form? We had a little shortcut yesterday. If you don't remember, you might want to get your notes out. Oh, and do you remember?
Yeah.
You were.
You move the decimal to the left.
So, would we get 1.7? You betcha. And this is one of our answers. Hey, Jackson, stick with me right now, would you? All right, Major, we need one more. We did 170 over 100. What are you thinking? What else? Oh, if this is 1.7, we said that's right. This is also 1.7. So we can say that's right. Any questions on this one?
No.
Josh, stick with us right now. I know you were on this question. I know, but just stick with us for now. All right, read this one. Chat with each other about what you're feeling. make you talk to each other. She got a haircut. I think she probably got more than one haircut. It's totally fine you're there right now to group up with Major, which, by the way, especially if I'm not here, we gotta try to sit in those assigned seats. Jimmy, what are you thinking? On Tuesday, she got a haircut. So compared to Monday, is her hair now longer or shorter? Shorter, because you got your haircut. And I assume she probably got all of her hairs cut, not just a haircut. So we're shorter now. We're going to be less than 100. She now has only 75% of the length it was. Does that mean they cut off 75%?
No.
What does that mean they cut off?
25%.
Yeah, so they took away, they cut off 25%, right? If she now has 75%, they cut off 25% of her hair. So, Josh, you want to tell me which of those answers you're feeling might be right? E? So, we're trying to select which of the following expressions represent how many centimeters long Florence's hair was after the haircut.
Oh.
So we want what hair is left. What hair still remains.
So is it C? Yeah.
Would C match up to the 75% that still remains?
Yeah.
What is 3/4 as a percent? 75%. 75% as a fraction is 3/4. So yeah, C would definitely work. Boom. Reese, what are you thinking? D. What is 75% as a decimal? Yup, 0.75. Now, why A doesn't work? Here, how much of the hair did they cut off? They cut off 75% of the hair. That's when you're making like big life change. I'm gonna like go from long hair to short hair. Reese is making a face. I don't know if she likes that idea. Here, same thing. We cut off 75% of the hair. We're gonna come home and shock mom and dad. And here, same thing. They're only left with 25% of the hair. So we didn't cut off 75%. We cut off 25% to keep 75%. All right, try this one. I tried to pick a variety to see like a few different ones. Try this one. No. He spent 100% of L. Whatever L is, he spent whatever it is. Landon spent 100% of that. Aiken's trying to talk to you, Jimmy. I don't know why you're looking at me and saying that. Did you guys get done talking about this one? Yeah? You got this one? Alright, Owen, help me out. What is your gut saying?
So L is 100%, right?
Yeah. Yep. Good clarification. That is our 100%. And really, it's 100% of L. Okay, because it's Landon, right? Landon made his variable L.
And then we're taking away 15% from that.
Okay, we need to take away 15% because they said 15% fewer. What is 100 minus 15?
It's 75. No, it's
85%. It's 85%. Okay. 85% of what, though? Of L. So, guys, we got to remember, because they might have a trap door over here where they show 85%, but if it's just 0.85, guys, I'm telling you, because I looked through all the questions, this, as an answer, would be wrong. Hey, Jackson, we're up here right now. This, as an answer, would be right, but unfortunately, they don't show that as one of our answers here, so it's not E word, right? We got to think of it more. Oh, and you got a gut, like what you think, like which one shows that we lost 15%? Ooh. Can we all see why B shows that we lost 15%?
Yeah.
We did the 1 minus the 15% because 0.15
Hooray.
is our 15%. So guys, this 100 minus 15% is really 1 minus 0.15, but we need it of L. So they do L times that to show that loss. Liam, what are you thinking? Maybe D. Why are you saying maybe D? I mean, I know why you're saying it. What, like you picked it. What part of it do you like? We start with L. What then happens? They subtract by 15 over 100. Sweet, which is what we want to do. But did they subtract by 15% of L?
No.
They're missing the L here, guys. They would need to write an L for this to be accurate. So this is actually a trap door. Because that's 15%. But of what? It's not 15% of L. It's just some random 15%. That is not our answer here. Sorry, that is not our answer. I meant for that to be read. This is just 15% of L. Is 1/15? 15%. Somebody type in 1 divided by 15 to their calculator real quick. Or in your computer if you got it. 1 divided by 15. Is that 15%? No, it's a gross number. It's like 0.83333, right? Isn't that one?
0.0666.
Oh, yeah. But it's a gross one, right? That's not it. What about 3 20ths? Try 3 divided by 20. What's that? What's 3 divided? Try it. What's 3 divided by 20?
0.15.
There's our 15% that we want to get rid of. Questions on this one?
No. Are we doing any more?
Hey, Liam, can you turn your computer around for me, please? Thank you. All right, final one we're doing together, and then you got some time to work. Try this one. That right there. I need you to make a decision. You are too old. You can't. I don't know every situation. So you tell me. Do you think you can adjust how you interact with adults, or do we need to call in the other adults in your life to help us out?
I mean, I like the one.
Yeah. Okay, so I expect to change that.
I like
Okay.
the one.
Body language would help a lot. If you get your body to look like you give a crap, our brain can think we give a crap. Clayton, help me out with this one. What happens with eco when the ring goes on?
Eco plumber.
We increase power by 30%. Sweet, so we're going up. You want to help me out with one of those multiple choice that shows we increased by 30%? You think B? What is 130 over 100? It's 1.3, right? And that 1.3 H, that is 130%, right? Percent over 100. Percent, literally, we talked about yesterday, whatever's over 100, that's your percent. So sweet, there's our 130%. That one works. Almost everyone has been called on. Caroline, help me out. We need another 130% of H. So D is in dog. Here they take away 30%. Does the ring take away healing power or add to our healing power? Add to our. So I don't think we want D. Unless you wanted, like, I'm playing D&D right now. I'm the most dead. Like, I'm the closest to dead. I would like to increase my healing power. Don't take away. Please don't do that. I'd like to survive and play my campaign. Do you want to try again, or you want to move on? I'd like you to try again. I bet you can. We need another that shows 130%, which we just said could be written as 1.30, or as a fraction, 130 over 100, or 13 over 10, or 1.3. We don't really need the second zero. C. What would 1 plus 3/10 give us? 1 and 3/10, or 13/10, and it is times the H for our healing power. There we go.
Yay!
You have the next, like, 15-ish minutes to work on Con. If you work on the assignment I told you to pull up, I can almost guarantee you'll see at least one of those problems while you're working on this.
Guys, what if it's the one?
Actually, to be honest, I'm probably going to give you like 10 minutes, and then we're going to talk about a few more of the problems that you're going to see on your practice.
I'll sit here and help me with this.
I can just come around, especially because that's so fun.
I got the haircut one, but it's not the haircut one.
So, are we going up or down? Higher, right? So we need to add 8. We need 8% more. On which of those shows that we started? Well, we don't have to show that we started at 100%. We might. Which of those show that we started with all of T, 100% of T, and added on 8 more percent of T? Jimmy, do you need help navigating to that assignment? Equivalent expressions. I think I made it do yesterday, but almost none of us actually did it. So, 8%. Does that have the percent sign on it?
No.
So, is it 0.08? Well, like, so you had your thing on B. So I was looking at B. But do you want to talk about A? Okay, so that's showing us 8%, right? But is it 8% of T, or is it just some random 8%? So what you're looking at here is like when we said that this one didn't work because it was just some random 15%. We need 8% of what we're talking about. We need 8% of T. Is that 8%? And does it have T? Oh, both of those. So there's our 100% plus 8%. Which other one shows 108%? That would be 180. What is 8% as a decimal? What is 8% as a decimal? Yeah, because 108% would give us 1.08. I'm going to move on and help other people. You're good for now, Jackson.
I did it! Finally
I think a lot of us are on a 9-week streak. Some of us dropped the ball and lost our streak. But...
I think I did lose a week on my
So, we think back to yesterday, we were talking about percent, 8%. We can go back to a fraction. What would 8% those percents?
And like you get this when we do
Oh, I see. You didn't make your binder yesterday. You had your
this
folder.
one you have to computer program.
Okay, what was that folder?
And this was make sure it's good.
Okay.
This one make it another user program. I try hard. And then I think 50,000 points like every single and I also need 3 more oh, 4 more. I don't know how to do a nice listener.
So,
I know I
percent. What can we do with our percent to make it a real fraction? Let me put it over the top. So then we go to make it a decimal, the like quick way. So 8% would be very similar to 5%. Right? 8% would be very similar to 5%. So 5% became 0.05, but 8%.
And then also use
0.08, right? There's no 5 involved in 8%. 8% would just be the 0.08. So instead of 0.05, we have 0.08. So we're looking for which of these shows that we went up by 0.08 of t. So that shows we started at t, go up by 0.08. But that 0.08 is just a random 0.08. Like that was just a random 15%. Yeah, so that shows that we went up by 0.08 t. There needs to be another thing here that shows that we went up by 8% t. What's the other thing we said percent means up here?
Wait, one vote. I got 2.
What this person right now? Somebody else left their notes in here and grabbed it for you, so it's already been written on. What's this say? It doesn't matter. What does this say? For every 100. That's what percent means. For every 100. So if it's 8%, how would that look as a fraction? Yes. But that's what we start with. We start with 1 t. Because you are 1 Jimmy, right? Like we start with 1, then we go from there. We either gain or lose. Go ahead and keep going. You're good on that one. Yes. Nice. But I can't spend time talking with her right now, Jackson. Your classmates need help.
Hey, Major, are you caught up on this math?
He's finished with all of
Okay, sweet.
it. Sorry.
No, you're good. It just, came up looking weird. What's up? Markup and markdown are like when prices change. So I might need to change those due dates since we didn't actually get to have the class today that I had scheduled, but that's why you don't necessarily know what's going on with that. Because I had to slow down because people didn't do their homework. Yeah. Hey, we're going to pull back together, and I realize this is the easier option to pull us back together. Yep. I will unpause before we leave class, but like how quickly I can unpause is up to you guys. If you're choosing to write nothing down, that's a choice you're making, but we're solving problems that a lot of you that are like, oh, we just did this. And the video's not uploaded yet. It's still recording. And if you didn't write it down, well, you just got to test your memory. So if you'd like to grab a piece of paper and a pencil, that might help you. You can't do anything. Stop trying. That's addiction right there. Read this problem. There's a trap door. Thank you so much, Miss Hosny. I want to know who can identify what the trap door is, because this is not like a straight up, just do this and you get your answer.
Tall is 155 centimeters in feet.
Jackson, that does not matter. Anyone spot the trap door here? Jackson?
It's telling us he was 10% taller. But he said you don't need to effort now.
This height, are we trying to increase that by 10%?
No.
No. That is the increased height. So the trap door, if we're trying to solve, we're not increasing 165. We're trying to figure out what we came from to get that 165. Anyone have any thoughts? Anyone try this homework and know how to help me? I can't tell if your hand's up or not. Of what?
Like you're subtracting 160. Like the 165% is 100% of what he is right now. So you're subtracting.
But I agree with you. It is 100% of what he is now. What is it compared to last year, though?
9%. You're at 10%.
He is now 10% taller than last year.
Yes, you subtract 10%.
So we, last year, had our 100% of height. Right? This year, he's now 110%. Let's try that subtract 10% thing. Let's see if that works. If we're at 165 right now, what is 10% of that? Well, what's the fraction of 10%? How else could we say 10%? Like a tenth. What's a tenth of this? Well, if a tenth, we can always just bump decimal, right? So wouldn't that be 16.5? That's a tenth, right? Do that subtraction in your calculator. What do we get? Guys, I do not know where my calculators are. So if you don't bring a calculator to class, you're choosing to have to use your computer or your own calculator. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know where my calculators are. What do we get? What is it? 148.5. All right, so what we're saying, what we're trying, I don't know if this is going to work, is if this is 148.5 and we add 10% to it, okay, well, what's 10% of this? Again, a tenth, right? So wouldn't 10% be like 14.8? So take this, add 14.85. Doesn't work like that. That doesn't give me the answer that I want. Percent changes up and down do not work like we think they're going to. Let's imagine this. Stick with me for a moment.
I buy a what's it.
what?
A what's it? You know, a what's it. Here's your price tag.
What's it?
I buy it for $20. I go to sell it, and I mark it up by 50%. So I increase the price by 50%.
So you go to $30.
What's 50% of 20?
10.
10. So what's my new price?
30.
$30. So then I go to put the what's it on sale. And I say, well, I marked it up by 50%. I should be able to mark it down by 50% and get back to the same thing, right? So now I mark it down 50%. But what's 50% of 30?
50.
So now my price. Would you work? Maybe. Okay. So now my price is. Now I'm gonna lose money? No. But all I did was what I'd done. Like it doesn't work like we think it does. The percent up and the percent down will not be the same. So this is where I would suggest that you choose to write something down, but if you choose not to, I'm just going to tell you I told you so. So I'll wait 30 seconds to give you a chance to get graph paper. All right, so last year, we don't know how tall he was. This year, he's 165. What else do we know about this year? This year is what compared to last year? 10% taller. So if he was however tall he was, let's call last year T, right? However tall he was. What is this year if he's 10% taller than that? What percent is he at right now? Is he 100% or more or less? More, right? How much more?
110%.
He is 110% of what T was, right? He's 110% of whatever his T was, however tall he was. So what we're saying is he is 110% or 1.10 of his height, and that equals 165. How do I undo multiplication? Division. And guys, remember, I'm just showing you one way, especially because of the amount of time we have today. I'm going to have to slow down my week compared to what I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. I'm probably going to have to go in and change some due dates, so don't freak out about due dates. But how we can deal with this, because we have 110% of T and it's multiplying, we can divide by that 1.10. Somebody with a calculator do that division. 165 divided by 1.10. Okay, we gotta start bringing calculators to class. Like, part of what we're learning is how to use the technology. You gotta have it with you. What'd you get?
150. Also, the sweeter calculators over here.
Sweet, thank you. I literally, there were 0 calculators in the bins yesterday, which means y'all are just leaving them there, which, I mean, if everyone's doing it, that's fine. Like, but yeah, we gotta know that it's there. So does that make sense that he gained 10%? Let's test this. Plus 10%. Okay, well, what is 10% of 150? What is 10% of 150? 15. So if he adds 15, how much is that? 165, like we want. Khan has other ways to show you how to do this. So if you are working on your Khan, for example, real quick and then I'll get you out of here, promise. If you are working on your Khan, sorry, I just want to make sure I don't show your guys' names. So let's say I get this wrong. I don't know, I'm just going to type in 3. Get help. And it shows me what they did, and I can actually read through it step by step and figure out why they did what they did. Guys, use your help tools, right? I didn't get to teach what I wanted to today, so we're a little behind this week, but do your best to try the practices, at least yesterday's practices, and then we will go from there. That'll help me with my planning for tomorrow, okay? All right. I expect to see more work done tonight than last night. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Mr. Hudson, do you know
Yes.
how I could start